Alright. Been sick. Let's see here. That'll have to do. Alright, I've been sick the last 3 days. Probably shouldn't have a malt liquor. But I feel better today. Tons better. My body's starting to function. I got heat exhaustion. So let's crack this open and talk about Machiavelli's channel getting flagged down, and a little bit about what it must be like to be a giant in the land of Lilliput on Gulliver's Travels. Bone-shattering crack. Malt liquor. Man, it's been 3 days since I've had any malt liquor. It tastes so good. Alright, so first off, let's get out of the way how I feel about flagging people's channels down. It's wrong. It's absolutely wrong to destroy someone's creativity, even if you don't agree with it. If you don't agree with it, make a video about why. That's the thing about cussing somebody out, actually. It's like, why say, you know, F you or whatever, when you could just tell them exactly what it is about them that you don't like. It's way better insult than, I don't like that angle. Way better insult than a curse word is the actual truth. Lots of bikinis out today. So yeah, if you see something you disagree with, it's an excellent opportunity to speak up about why. Make a video about it. If you see something illegal, call the cops. But I understand we're in a mall. We're in a mall where Google sells things, and we're sitting in the food court drinking beer, goofing off. Many of us don't monetize on purpose, so we're not even there spending money. We're not buying, we're not spending. We're just taking up space in the food court. And they let that happen. God bless them. So if one of us, like Machiavelli, is cussing up a storm for over 30 minutes, that was a long diss video. Chances are a security guard's going to come along, tell you to shut your gob. Or in this case, destroy all your creativity. And the thing is, like, here's why I would call what Machiavelli put out as creativity. It showed an evolution of expression of what Machiavelli thought when he first arrived, what he thought about the community, how he saw his place in it, and how that changed. And I think that it changed, in my viewpoint, about the time that Mr. Met 40 out sent him a care package. He was really moved by that. And when he got that hat, that cool, sweet hat, one of those expensive baseball caps, I saw a total change in this guy's demeanor. He felt like a part of the community. He suddenly understood that there's more to it than drinking malt liquor and calling Dorf a name. And that was a great thing to see, and that would have been there for years if it hadn't gotten taken down, which is a shame. But you know, like I said, it's the risk you run. If you would have put your diss into a rap, if it would have been in music or anything like that, if it would have been in poetry, you could have totally gotten away with it. It's not hate speech if you put it in a rhyme, evidently. I mean, you could fight that. You can't fight sitting, smoking, drinking, and cursing somebody out. You're not going to have a leg to stand on. All right. Next would be a cautionary. So that was my advice to Machiavelli. So cautionary advice to the Metal Madman and Ted Barris. You guys are Gulliver in Gulliver's Travels. You've arrived at a small community. And like in one of the Gulliver's Travels books, he was a giant. And he imposed, he either did not impose or accepted that he wouldn't to use massive force to solve a situation. For instance, he decided to accept being tied up by the small Lilliputans, but didn't decide to accept an invasion of their land and used force. He went to another country and introduced the concept of lying to a country that hadn't been exposed to that. So basically, he was kind of like, it was basically showing systems for their frailties based on introducing another factor. Kind of like a Mad Max movie, actually. The dynamics of those societies that arose in the wastelands were unstable, and Mad Max showed exactly, he went right to the source of why this isn't going to work. And then things fell apart and then restructure in a more healthy system. But having said that, there's a lot of responsibility for the Metal Madman and Ted, you guys, real talk, for how you interact in our community, because you're not like us. I think that what attracts you to us is what you don't have, which is the ability to just sit down and drink a beer and talk about what's on your mind, sharing it with a small community of people who've gotten to know you over years. It would be nice to have something like that, but that's kind of why I was always admired and knew that I could never follow in Steel Worldwide's footsteps. Is you guys have sacrificed a lot to be who you are in the tubes. You're giants in the tubes, not based on what you want to do, but what is attractive to a large amount of people that gets you the attention to continue. The thing is, like, we're all able, you know, not Steel Worldwide, not you, not Ted, not Metal Madman. The rest of us are all able to do whatever we want. I could sit here and not drink a beer. I could sit here and eat an apple. I can make a video about camping. I could read poetry. I could do whatever I want, because no one's expecting anything different from me. No one's going to say, eat another hot pepper and poop. So I think, you know, I hope that you guys continue to enjoy our community as best you can. I like the fact that you opened up separate channels so you could have like a less dominating arrival in our community. But you also have to realize you can't say whatever you want because of the power that you have. You'd have to trash talk in such a way as that it left no actual damage done. So, you know, I don't want to tell anybody how to express themselves. I'd like to encourage people to express themselves more and in a wider variety of ways. So, you know, maybe this trash talking could then actually lead to some more positive interactions. You know, we've talked about who we don't like, who do we like and why, or what do we like that's being presented and why. That make it less of cult of personality and more what is appealing about what we see and how we feel and what we encounter in the YouTube drinking community or in YouTube in general. You know, more positives. So Shane, I hope you come back, and I hope you come back in such a way that your new channel isn't jeopardized. And Metal Madman and Ted, it's great to have you in our community, and I hope you're careful and cautious. And I said I wasn't going to do it, Ted, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to quote you, Spider-Man. With great power comes great responsibility. Spider-Man wasn't a man without limits. Spider-Man was a man that had even more limits because he had power. So yeah, like there was that youthful, energetic Spider-Man that thought, you know, well, this is fun, woohoo, who became a more mature Spider-Man who realized that everything he does has consequences, and every choice he makes needs to be thought out. Can't just do whatever anymore. It's not the Wild West like it used to be.